Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to look at these three banners right here. The three big 5-year anniversary sort of celebration banners, right? We have the top legendary summon banner with the new LR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, as well as the Broly, Chile, and Lemo. And then, of course, we also have the Dokkan Fest exclusive LR Vegito Blue and LR Gogeta Blue banners. Now, when I did my stream a couple nights ago, a lot of people were asking, should I continue to try and get Gogeta and Vegito? Should I jump over to the legendary summon banner and summon? Now, we're going to break down all this stuff. I mean, I will start this video out by saying summon for Gogeta and Vegito. That's how this video is going to start. And I'll explain my reasoning as we go through. But, like, I'll get it out quick at the start. No. I would not. Currently, I do personally think that this is the best unit in the game. Now, this is very early. I have only just rainbowed him myself. I haven't had a chance to use him too much in, like, the difficult events, but from what I've seen and where his defense will end up after you super attack with him, either 12 or 18 key, he's only really going to be at risk against, like, legendary Goku event, like, the Blue Goku, STRUI Goku, or Int UI Goku. If they supered him, Rose will take damage. If he gets supered on Super Battle Road, he'll take damage, but even in Super Battle Road, this Rose will probably take close to double digits after he super attacks. Obviously, I'm counting a rainbow version of Rose, right? But the thing about that is the team build, like, the units that make him really good because he needs ki in order to maximize the effectiveness of his passive, right? All the units that would help him get ki are all top tier options on these teams. So it's not like you don't have to weirdly build the team in order to build the team around Rose, right? You can very organically create units that are going to give Rose ki. So he's, shitting out this 5 million attack stat turn 1 or something like that with like 150k defense to where he's not really taking damage unless he gets super attacked, and he's dealing more damage than like any other unit in the game. Like, if we directly compare Rose to the fusions, we have Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue here, but let's just talk about the first 3 turns. Rose is like 50 times better than the 2 base fusions. Like, they're okay if you put them in slot 3 and they get the 50% chance to dodge right here. And they'll usually, I think they usually have around like 80k defense or something like that. They're okay. And then, you also have like the extra attack they could do, and they do stack attack, but they're not like super crazy godly units or anything like that, right? Like, if you have a good rotation, the base Vegito, he could do like a 2.5 million super attack, and then maybe he can get a second super at like 1 million something, and then he could potentially get a third one. Whereas, like, Rose is just jumping out of the gate, and again, he, 4, 5, 6 million, like, turn 1. And so, like, for the first 3 turns, Rose is going to look far more impressive than the Blues. Now, that is very relevant for Dokkan Battlefield, for Super Battle Road. Obviously, for something like Infinite Dragon Ball History or the Legendary Goku event, I mean, the Blue fusions are going to be better. That's just pure, like, when they transform into Blue, there's nothing quite like them. Even this Rose, as impressive as he is, he's not gonna go like stride for stride, I think, with like some of these fusions. I don't know. It depends, because like they need to build up, right? Like when they're fully built up, when you have like this full right here on Vegito and you have this full on Gogeta, again, they're gonna be even more impressive than Rose. But the thing about that is we're talking 11 attacks in their blue form. Like, you could beat the Legendary Goku event before even completely building that up. So that's the thing. Rose there's no buildup. There's no transformation. Again, it's turn 1. He's doing that. He does also have this active skill, which is like, this is the first one of these to me that's been truly impressive. This is like a rage form, right? Like Beerus has this, the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma have got this, Namek Goku has this. Namek Goku in particular is like very mid, I've found, because you're really only going to see that in like the Legendary Goku event, and then by the time you're using it, you're doing like no damage, and then Goku could dodge and stuff, and it's just like pointless. This is insane. because Rose gets an additional key per key sphere, so it's very reasonable you'll get the 18 key super attack. And then he's also effective against all types, which is just nuts. Now, again, it's only one full rotation in this active skill, but like Rose being good, like you don't need his active skill for him to be good. He just comes out and he dominates, and it's just that simple. I mean, he would probably be even better if you got rid of like Kamehameha for prepared for battle, but like I don't know. I mean, he is super impressive to me. So like I understand why, like, you know, players, if you're global or something like that, you see how impressive this guy looks, and it's like, you know, it's Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, which is literally like as hype as can be. Like there's not many more characters that are as hype as Rose Goku Black right here, right? Like he is super, super impressive. I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't end up making him a Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, honestly. I feel like, you know, if we're talking like what villains could be Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs, you know, obviously I think Golden Frieza's up there, you know, Rose Goku Black, Full Power Super Saiyan Broly, Merge Zamasu, I guess, but like they decided to just make Rose a normal unfeatured LR. I mean, this is going to be good for the future, you know, because like by the time we get to like the 6th year anniversary, right, like people are going to pull this Rose and this Broly for free from like the 6th year anniversary ticket banner and stuff like that, right? Like that is going to happen. So, you know, keep that in mind. It's never a good idea to chase LRs. I mean, we look at this banner, right? This banner is pretty good. If we just count like how good units are, this banner is pretty good. Like, because Broly is obviously super top tier. I don't really have a good feel for this Broly yet. That's the only thing. So this is really more so me comparing Rose to the blue fusions. Broly is a little bit of a wild card. He's very unique in the way this Broly is built, and he's only really on one team. I mean, I don't see people run Join Forces very often. Obviously, I think he could be solid on Join Forces, depending upon, you know, how many orbs he can get and stuff like that. But again, this is a really wonky unit. This is going to take more time for me to sort of play with, you know, taking a super battle road, but like you can really just have them be doing different things every turn. Then they can have this 100% chance to dodge, which is just so insane with 7 key spheres. So if you could feed this unit key spheres, it's insane. Like, but they're so unique and so weird that it's very hard to, like again, Rose is a traditional unit, right? Like it's literally just attack and defense from his passive. Then he gets basically double attack per key is sort of how you could say it. He heals. He gets key when he beats an enemy. You know, he raises defense on super attack. You know, he has good links. Like that's it, right? Like it's just super easy to quickly evaluate how good he's going to be, right? And like sort of same thing with the fusions, but like it is hard to take into account like how ridiculous their active skill is, like because it's like pretty rare to see their active skill. Like you can get it at the tail end of Dokkan events, but remember when they use their active skill, they are also able to activate different parts of their passive to, you know, so where you can get like the dodging and the extra attacks and stuff. Like they're just they're pretty impressive. Vegito and Gogeta, they're pretty impressive. So you got those two, right? You know, Rose again. I think Rose is either number 1 or number 3. That's what I think. Like maybe we'll say the blue fusions are better, but I think Rose is 3. Then I do think he's. I don't know. Maybe let me use Kale and Cleefel a couple more times. I mean, they obviously are still the best defensive unit in the game, but like the fact that Rose just everywhere, like turn 1, like 5 million plus, is like so impressive to me. Like again, like if you like LR Goku and Frieza is able to put up like similar damage numbers to Rose, right? But like LR Goku and Frieza, they do still need another unit on rotation to lower the enemy's attack before they can hit that, right? Rose just needs other strong units with him that help him with ki. And there's super top tier units that you could put next to him that aren't really dragging you down, right? I mean, for Goku and Frieza, like right now, Tech TN is kind of an L. I mean, after he gets his awakening, you know, he's going to be totally strong, and it's going to make Goku and Frieza a lot better. And 17 is good, but like putting him in slot 1 without his damage reduction, he can get smacked around pretty badly in difficult events. So that is something to keep in mind. Then if we look at the rest of these, right, you're really good. Gowasu and Zamasu. Paragus and Broly, you're really good. AGL, EZA, Broly, you're amazing. God Vegeta is solid. Tech God Goku is amazing. So you have, 7 units who are pretty good of the 12 featured. Then the rest of these are sort of fodder. Oh, actually, no, STR Beerus is really good. You're really good still. But then, like, the two Whis are just, they're shit. This guy is not really that good, but he's not bad. And then this guy's okay. But, like, you know, like, again, you have fodder level units almost. Whereas, like, let's go over to the Vegito banner, right? And it's like, okay, so you are absolutely godly, the new Trunks and Mai. Vegito, again, is either 1, 2, or 3 best unit in the game. AGL LR Gohan is a top 10 best unit in the game. Zamasu is one of the top 10 best Dokkan Fest TURs in the game. So is Trunks. Boo is kind of not that impressive, right? This is still one of the best LRs in the game, one of the best units in the game. Top 20, I would say. You are still an incredible Dokkan Fest exclusive. You are an amazing EZA, and he is a monster next to what I think is the best unit in the game, right? Because remember that Tech Merge Zamasu would give 50% defense to this Rose, which would be very helpful, obviously. So, you know, that makes him pretty good. That's a LR Rose makes this Merge Zamasu better, basically, is the way it works. And then this guy is a bit of a mystery right now, but he gets his EZA in a couple of days. The 24th on Global, Physical Vegito Blue gets his EZA. But, I mean, there is a possibility he could become the best TUR in the game. There's a possibility he could get a small increase. Regardless, he'll still be good. Easily, you could say he'll be good. So, like, really, let's say you have a newer account or something, the only unit you could pull here that maybe you consider an L is Super Boo. But, like, Super Boo still leads Transformation Boost, which has one of the most impressive category rosters in the game, right? Because most of the new Dokkan Fest exclusives that have released in the last half year have been on this category, right? Gogeta and Vegito are on there. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is on here. Majin Vegeta is not on here. But then Android 13 is on here. Cooler is on here. Future Gohan is on here. You know, you just go backwards. Like, all these Dokkan Fest exclusives are on here. So the roster is very strong, and it has it's a great team. Now, obviously, Cooler is the the leader for this team because he does work as a support type unit, whereas Boo just is trash for the team, basically. Like, you know, Fear and Faith, like him not having shocking speed is just brutal for him, right? But, like, you know, again, that team is still pretty good. So, like, basically, if you get a featured unit, you get a W. Like, unless you're Goresh and, like, you have, like, you know, some of these units rainbowed or, like, 3 dupes or something like that, there's very few global whales from what I see nowadays. But, like, you know, like, 99% of global players can still use LR Gohan? 90% of global players could still use Zamasu and Trunks? You see what I'm saying? Whereas, like, here, you don't pull Rose and you get Int Whis. Oh. You don't pull Rose and you get STR Guy Vegeta. Oh, that's a loss, basically. You know, like, but, like, let's go to the Gogeta banner, right? Again, Bardock and Gine, really, really good. Amazing new unit. Blue Gogeta, either 1, 2, or 3 best unit in the game. Cell is, like, a borderline top 10 best unit in the game. These two are still some of the best Dokkan Fest exclusive TURs in the game. Blue Gogeta and Full Power Broly. LR Physical Gogeta, still a top 20 unit in the game, definitely. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is still solid, but obviously, you know, there's better options on some of these teams than him, but he's still very good. Int Gogeta, you know, he's fallen off a bit because STR Gogeta has replaced him, but he will be good once he gets his EZA, and he potentially could EZA in 2020. We could see Int Gogeta get his EZA this year, so keep that in mind. Omega, listen, when we start getting new units for the Shadow Dragon Saga team, this Omega is going to be a god on that team. We need a new leader for the Shadow Dragon Saga team, but this guy's insane. And then Int Janemba is still, I mean, one of the top 3 TURs in the game or something like that. He's still crazy. So, like, you summon on the Gogeta and Vegito banner, and, I mean, unless you've already poured 2,000 stones into the banner without getting Gogeta and Vegito or something like that, like, you're going to walk out of here with stuff you want. Like, these are top-tier units on many different category teams. Whereas here, you know, it's like you got to get Rose or Broly if you're going to get a featured unit. Now, obviously, once we start talking about unfeatured units, there's, 20 unfeatured LRs in here? You know, God Goku, Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, the LR Androids, Tech Broly, you know, Kale and Khalifa, they're still a top 5 best unit in the game. You know, Baby, Goku Trunks and Pan, Trunks and Mai, you just go down and down. There's Goku and Frieza. There's a million LRs here, but your chances of getting a good unit are, like, double I feel like, on these Dokkan Fest exclusive Gogeta and Vegito banners. So, like, this is where you go if you want to summon for maximum value. These banners are, like, on global. So, if we're talking about global, you guys are going to get the tickets. And it's like these are the best banners in history at that point. When these have tickets, like, it's you know, completely insane. To the point where, like, there's almost nothing that they could release on global, like even global first stuff. I just see almost no way that you would like summon on like a global first unit, because it's just not, the value is just going to be far less than what you have from the 5-year anniversary. Like, the only way I would recommend to summon on global before the anniversary is if it's got the tickets. The tickets are just the ultimate trump card for global. It is the by far the biggest advantage global has over JP, and you should always take advantage of those on global if you are global. If I was a free-to-play player, if I was a free-to-play global player, I would almost exclusively summon on the Dokkan Fest exclusive banners that had tickets. Very rarely would I ever use stones and other banners if you're a free-to-play player. If you only did that, you would never feel shafted. You would always get what you want, because like you would have, you know, like thousands of stones, because they only bring those around every like big celebration. Like, I think, you know, global got them what for, actually, did they get them for the Gohan and Goten banner? They might have. I actually can't remember, but you know, global got them for the 4-year anniversary. You know, they got them for the 3-year anniversary. Like, basically, like, anniversaries and huge celebrations like that. Like, that's where, you know, just maximum value, you're pulling good stuff. Whereas this is just a legendary summon banner. Also, I should point out that this banner gives yellow coins, whereas these banners give red coins. Red coins obviously are for Dokkan Festival exclusive characters. Yellow coins are only for these LRs, which are good, but keep in mind, some of these Dokkan Fest exclusives are going to have more value than some of these LRs, right? Because they have, Dokkan Festival exclusives have better leader skills than LRs, right? Like, you know, both Rose and Broly, they're 130% to their categories. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that this 4 key that Rose gives for future, and if you have double of this guy on a team, that team is going to be crazy. Like, I'm going to do a video on this team, the Future Saga team with double Rose. They're starting at 8 key, and then if you build it like full villain with, like, you know, a bunch of units that have Fear and Faith and Dismal Future, and like this team, it might be like the fastest team in the game with how strong Rose is. Like, honestly, like, for real. So that's important. You know, then this guy, like, you see Movie Boss category key for like 130%. Like, you just get a bunch of like these 130% leaders with the new LRs. Whereas, like, you know, these Dokkan Fest exclusives, last resort, I mean, you look at this category. This is a free-to-play player's dream category right here, because this is all of the, like, big-time, like, you know, anniversary units and stuff like that that people are summoning for. Like, all those, you know, big units, right? Like, the 3 anniversary units are on there. The 5-year anniversary units are on here. You know, things like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You know, Blue Gogeta is on there. AGL Zamasu. Like, just a lot of these fusions and stuff like that that people love using, love running, are on the last resort category. SCR Blue Kaioken Goku will be added to this. Just obviously, he's only on global right now. This category is not on global yet, but he is going to be on this last resort category for sure. It's going to be very interesting. So let me know what you guys decide to do. I mean, easily, I don't even think it's like a discussion. Like, you summon for Gogeta and Vegito. I never recommend summoning for these. To give you guys context, it took me 4,000 stones to get 1 copy of Rose. 4,000 stones to get 1 single copy of Rose. It was on 1 stream. It happened. I'm not making it up. There is proof out there, you know, because this has 12 featured units. Now, I guess technically this could happen on these banners as well, but you're talking about 10 featured units as opposed to 12, which is it is a big difference. A big difference. So, definitely go for the blue fusions. Even though I do like Rose a bit better, I mean, the blue fusions are just incredible, amazing units. They're so much fun. They have the best animations in the game. They're just crazy, right? So, let me know what you guys think of all these new 5-year anniversary LRs, some of the most hyped characters the game has seen. Again, I recommend summoning for the Dokkan Fest exclusive banners always, but, you know, I mean, if you want to summon for Rose and Broly, good luck. I mean, Rose definitely is good enough by himself to summon for, but it's going to be a lot easier to get Rose and Broly in the future than it is the LR fusions. I should also point that out, right? Eventually, Rose and Broly are going to be unfeatured on every LR banner. They're going to be on free ticket banners and stuff like that. That's not going to be the case with the LR fusions. They're going to be way harder to get moving forward. So really, really keep that in mind. So let me know what you guys think. And I'll catch y'all next time.